Hey everybody, I'm gonna do a water change, and if you want to watch, great. If you don't, that's fine too. Whatever. Talk amongst yourselves, and I'm gonna do a 10-gallon water change. Everything's looking pretty good. Um, the star polyps are looking good. The zoanthids are looking good, and this is after dosing 35% hydrogen peroxide last week. That kills green hair algae completely. You can see everyone's doing great. That guy is not open up yet. I just turned the lights on like an hour ago, but these star polyps will eventually go on the glass. Just gonna do a water change here. I'm gonna change out the rotor tube foam down there. You'll see that. So right now I'm just gonna vacuum. So I won't be talking to you guys much, but you can just view. As exciting as this is, maybe not. I don't know. But I just figured I'd film this and then I'll end by giving these guys something to eat. So talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to start doing this water change now. I'm going to start with turning off all the pumps and then siphoning out. By the way, once I got rid of the sand, the water that I pull out during a weekly water check, look at that. They're going after their bok choy. I get bok choy and collard greens from the grocery store. Oh, who's this? Leia, what are you doing, you beastie? Hey, what's up? Okay, so when I siphon the bottom, or just out of the tank in general, the water is like almost clear because there's no nitrate trap, which is the sand bed. That's why I think it's better to go a deep sand bed so it breaks all that stuff down as opposed to like just 1 inch of sand, you know? All right, let me get started. Turning off all the pumps. Take these mesh lids off. I love these mesh lids. Love them. Did you see them all freak when I pounded the salt down on the towel? That's stress. You think they're gonna get ick now? Nope, because there's no ick in the tank. Stress doesn't cause ick. Per my last video, that's ridiculous. That's insane. You think by being stressed about bills, zombies are gonna come and take you away? No. Nope. Watch my ick myths. Completely stupid. Ick is a parasite. It's in your tank if you allow it to be. If I pour a glass of cold water, is there going to be ick in that glass? No, not unless I put a fish in the glass that has the parasite on it already. If I sit in my house right here, am I going to get the black plague? No, but if I invite someone in my house that has the black plague, I'm going to probably get it. That's how it works, kids. All right, so all the pumps are off. Everything's kind of suspended, floating really nice. Now I'm going to siphon out this stuff. There's a little bit of sand on the bottom. I can't get it out with the siphon. I really don't care if it's in there or not. So it's not completely all glass. There's literally like 1 millimeter thickness of sand, which is pointless, but it does add to the tank, see? I mean, it's just enough just to give it the aesthetic. So if you don't want a sand bed, just do that. Just put like 2 pounds of sand in the whole 6-foot long tank. Whoop, they scattered again because I touched my leg. All right, let me go get, and I'll start siphoning, and you guys can chat amongst yourselves. Back in a minute. Bless you. Jackass neighbors outside right next door, so that means I cannot empty my protein skimmer cup in his yard. I have to wait till he goes inside. He's such a jackass. So we're going to start with the siphon. By the way, check out the video description for all the equipment that I use. Check out router2brief.com. Check out steverouter.com. There's links to everything in the video description of every video that I make here on the channel of things I use. And if you're interested in purchasing them, such as this, I've got links to everything I get on Amazon. So you're going to put this one end in the 5-gallon. It's empty. This is going to go in the one end of the 5-gallon. We're going to start the siphon. A lot of people like to put their mouth on here and suck the water out. That's not good. You don't want to drink fish crap. Okay, we got a siphon. Since there's no sand, it's really easy to suck all this stuff up. All gone. The water's coming out pretty clear because there's no sand to trap fish waste. So most of the fish waste gets caught up with the power heads blowing it around and it gets taken right out. Almost done with this. I'm going to show you how clear this water is. Let me get this off of here. Look at this. That's the waste, but look how clear the water is. Look at that. So I'm not wearing gloves to do this siphon because I don't have any cuts. But I did learn my lesson when I got the bacterial staph infection / MRSA. I was out of commission for 2 weeks on severe antibiotics because when I removed this sand bed, I had cuts in my hands from moving the rocks around like a dummy. And I got, how you could imagine, you guys, how many thousands of bacteria strains are in this tank, good and bad. And I got really sick. I've got some nasty, evil pictures of my back and what everything looked like. It looks like I have measles and chickenpox amplified. It was really bad. Not to mention the massive fever for a week and a half, the chills from hell. It was bad, so that's why I got long gloves. So I saw someone put a comment in there saying, oh, I had a tank for 7 years and I never got any problems. Well, same here until it happened, you know. The plane was flying until it crashed. It's one of those. Let me dump this water out and I'll be back. When I'm doing more, I'm sure, and that's fine. I'm not telling you guys you need to wear gloves. I'm just telling you that it struck me down really bad. Do whatever you're going to do. Like, this channel is never going to tell you You need to do this. I research my ass off, and I always never wore gloves either. I'm just telling you that when I removed my sand bed, the tank was kicking up all kinds of nasty stuff, as you can imagine, and that's what struck me down because I had cuts in my hands. Stuff like this, you'll be fine. I'm just saying, when I do more involved stuff, it's always thick rubber gloves that go up to the shoulder, which I got from Amazon. They're industrial strength gloves. Gallon 5, number 2. You see, I fed these guys bok choy. You can see how it's been picked completely bare. This was a full, massive leaf, and it's gone. But I'll tell you what, there's a lot of haters out there, and they try and they stick to their guns about how to get rid of ick in a saltwater aquarium, about feeding them garlic and ginger and raising the temperature in your tank, all of which is bullshit. But, you know, let them stick to their guns. I know what works, and I've been successful in many saltwater tanks. I haven't had ick in this tank in 4 years. And these guys get stressed out a lot with the dog running and the kids running, and never an issue, never, because there's no ick in here. Nothing, there's nothing. But if you want to continue to buy new fish and just throw them in your display tank and not quarantine them with a little dose of copper for at least 4 weeks to make sure the parasites off of them. I also have a third quarantine tank that I use to put all new coral in it. I don't use copper because it'll kill them and inverts. After 4 weeks roughly, I put the coral in here. The reason being is you want to keep them out of the tank because, as you know, parasites will eat your fish. And if you don't have a food source, fish, with your corals in the second quarantine tank, the parasite will die on them. So that's what I do, and it works great. I mean, sure, if you think your LFS, your reef store, is going to be fine with corals and fish, great. But if there's fish in that coral tank, which most of them do have, you're looking at a problem possibly. Not to mention, all reef stores don't have separate filtration systems for every single tank. So if you see a fish that's on a deathbed with ick, and you're like, oh, I'm not getting that guy, obviously, but I'm going to get the one that's 15 tanks down on the lower level. Well, it doesn't matter because the whole filtration system is connected. So all fish are going to be infected one way or another. It just hasn't shown up on your fish yet. Anyway, again, do what you want. I'm never going to tell you you need to do this because it's your tank, and I'm not taking any responsibility for anyone's tanks. People who've been in the hobby for 20, 30 years, I have not been in it anywhere that long, maybe 5 years now, 5 years now. But I research my ass off, and I'm talking every single day. I don't just go with what someone says. I need to find out the answer for myself from multiple sources, and then I weigh it out, and then I test it, and that's what this channel's all about. Mainly, it's a diary and a journal for me in the saltwater aquarium hobby, and people choose to follow along like you guys. So there's my little ramble. Let's continue on with the water change. I also like to document because I like to show newcomers to the hobby what I'm doing because they don't know everything. They don't know what an LFS is. And you don't need the most expensive equipment either to be in this hobby. The sand is a little dirty and there's not much sand. Can you imagine if I had a full sand bed, how bad it would be? Well, that coral's looking nice and full. That's awesome. it's about done. Dump this out, and I'm gonna fill the rest up with water. Man, this tank's looking really clear. I'm happy with that. Looks really nice. Wait, Roscoe, I just saw that. Looks like you gave up? What do you mean you didn't finish the job? Well, I don't know. If you're talking about the sand bed being gone, I like it. There's so much less nutrients, nitrates in this, and it's so much clearer. It's really nice. And there's just a little tiny sand on it. Plus, like I said, once the star polyps uh, get on the whole bottom of the glass, man, damn, it's gonna be awesome. Back with water. So, ever since I got rid of the sand bed, the overflows are so much cleaner. Doing a water change, the water the 10 gallons I take out of this tank is so much cleaner. It looks like it's clear water. Before, of course, it was like a tint of beigeish yellow. You could tell it was dirty water. And now it's like clear water. It's really pretty nice. I'll be back with the other 5 gallons. All right. So now I got the water in there. I started the RODI unit again. I got the 150 gallon a day, which is great. So I should have 10 gallons in about, I don't know, a couple hours. Not even. And so I'm going to leave the pumps off while I do the turkey baster on the rocks to blow the fish waste off the rocks. Then I'm going to replace the foam in the rotor tube. And then we'll start everything up. So I got the gloves. I'm going to wear those. You guys should turkey baste your sand beds and your rocks at least once a week. At least. Let's get a turkey baster I'll show you guys what I'm gonna do. Not much on the rocks. I just want to get it in the water column so the filters pick it up. Oh, there's a lot there. Can you turn that down just a little bit? I'm getting a lot more here because this rock has got, damn it, I gotta get a better turkey baster. This rock is a divot and you can see it just catches all the fish waste, and the coral does not appreciate that. I just did this a few days ago. Definitely have to get a better turkey baster because when you squeeze this, the damn end always separates. God. It's the little things like that that really drive me nuts. Can you stop yelling, please? Alright guys, I'm gonna change the thing out real soon here. Well, I've got you. I'm just gonna show you. I have a little algae on the again what this 35% hydrogen peroxide does, because I don't want any algae on my rocks. The green hair algae is gone and it's been controlled, but I want to completely get rid of any sign of anything happening. So 1 milliliter per 10 gallons, and you don't want to get this on your hands because it'll burn. It is totally safe for your fish and corals. So I'm only going to do 10 milliliters. And you're going to see, this is how I got rid of the green hair algae in my tank. I'm going to just gently dose it over the top, and it's going to just melt that stuff away. It melts it right off the rock, and it will not come back. I've been doing this a little at a time on all the rocks. I put links to this in my video description on how to kill green hair algae once and for all, because all the other products were not working. And this did. And a handful of people ordered this exact hydrogen peroxide, food grade, organic, 35%, and they dosed it, and guess what? Their green hair algae is gone. So congrats to those guys. All right. I love that stuff. So love that stuff. Fish are fine, corals are fine. I am going to replace my rider tube filter now. You're going to see. Get the garbage can. Show you what I could do for the rider tube. Got a bunch of this awesome foam. I'm going to cut it to size. I just use the width of the roll, which is about 12 inches, and then I cut like 2 inches roughly, see? And then all I do, I take the tube out instead of sump socks. It just connects to the overflow of the PVC. Catches all the stuff, keeps it out of the water column, whereas some socks will just sit in your water. Look at all the nasty that it collects. That's 5 days. Nothing to clean. Just put the new one in. Water flows from the return through here. Everything gets caught up in here. Water flows out. I've got better ends now. I just put this in here for mine. Put it back in. Great. I suggest building your own, or you can order them off ridertubereef.com. It's in. Now I'm going to power everything up. I'll let that side of the tank go first. I have 2 sumps, one with the rotor tube and the protein skimmer. The other sump is just a homemade DIY Rubbermaid container joined with a PVC pipe to the other one, so they're always in balance. And then I have a phosphate reactor. That's all I'm running. All right. So there we go. No, the Miracle Mud is in this. Down here, I still have 2 inches of Miracle Mud, 25 pounds of it, in the second sump. So because the protein skimmer's off, I'm going to put some Microbacter 7 in here. It's a bioculture. It establishes biological filtration and rapidly improves water quality. Um, Good stuff. So there you go. We siphoned out the bottom, did a 10-gallon water change. I got rid of some more green algae on the rock before it can start. What's up, Aquarium Cabinet Solutions, dude? One of my favorite guys. El Kabong, what do I do for a living? Okay, you ready for the list? I work in Chicago as an IT guy, computers and networking and all that, anything IT geek related, which is what my SteveRutter.com site is about, along with saltwater aquariums and dogs and everything. Secondly, what do I do for a living? What little money this channel makes goes into the products that you saw today, like salt for water changes. Don't make much on YouTube. What else? What else do I do? I do, well, the Joker Box channel on YouTube, which isn't making money yet. I also do Rotter Studios, which isn't making money yet. It discusses photography and video production. I also, on the side, have been a professional photographer for 25 years, along with video editing and production, cinematography, and directing. So I've got clients here and there as people find me. I've got clients around the world. In fact, I just got a few more orders for a doctor. I have to edit some video that they filmed for some seminar that they did in Los Angeles. It's just, man, I've been building that for a long time. Then what I also do is I've been writing a lot more. I wanted to be a novelist. So ever since I was a kid. So that's where SteveRutter.com comes from. And I do a lot of writing on that blog, which some little bit of advertising pays for that. It's a love, passion thing. So, man, I do anything for money. Unless she's over 50 years old or under 18, then I kind of have to draw the line because it's the law, you know, for the 18 thing. So that's what I do, you know, anything really. That's the deal. El Kabong, great question. You know what? I do not have a bachelor's degree. Um, I do not. I have a life degree, and I've got a ton load of common sense. Most of what I do is uh, thinking for other people, thinking really quick. I used to actually work, and this was a fun job. I used to work on the stock exchange floor in Chicago. You know what? You guys can imagine what that's like? Well, multiply that by 10. Um, and I got some crazy stories, crazy stories for that. But yeah, I mean, those are some of the worst people you can ever work for as stockbrokers because every time their computers or network is down, they're losing like thousands and thousands of dollars every second. So you can imagine they're not too happy with you, even though it's not your fault. So that was a fun job. Literally, it was. El Kabong, you got that right, dude. It is so hard to keep up. I do have a full plate. I literally never rest. If I'm on the couch, it's with the laptop, surfing YouTube and surfing the web. I'm doing research constantly with technology. I mean constantly. I never watch TV or anything. I'm always on the go. I'm either editing video or I'm researching on the couch or I'm filming YouTube videos, which has been my passion. I was filming when I was a kid and there was no medium to put anything. You would like put videos on like a VHS tape and pass it around the neighborhood. Now people can see your stuff all over the world. It's really fun. Someone asked what salt do I use. I'm back to Instant Ocean, and I do have a brand new container of Red Sea Coral Pro, and I'm mixing that in with Instant Ocean. I'm going to go back to that and see if it causes the green hair algae issue because a lot of people said the green hair algae completely exploded in their tank when they had used Red Sea Coral Pro. So I want to go back to that. I kind of want to see if it happens again. I don't know. You can see the tangs are picking at their nori. I just get this from the grocery store, and they love it. Hey Rob, good question. You know what? Yes, of course. I always used to stop by people's channels and give compliments, but I think about this a lot, but like I don't want to sound like mean or anything, but God, I don't really have time for that because I do respond to every comment on my channel, whereas most YouTube channels do not. And I feel bad because I do watch videos, not as much as I'd like to, but like I don't know, do other people do it? I haven't really seen it. Like I'm not gonna name names, but big YouTubers, they certainly don't leave comments from what I've seen. I did it an awful lot, and I'll do it once in a while sporadically, and I do feel kind of bad about that. But I'm actually, God, with a full-time job, I'm running 4 YouTube channels. The kids have one of their YouTube channels. They do stop motion animation and Lego speed build stuff, so I'm helping edit with those. And God, I'm just always on the go. But yes, sporadically, once in a while, I do. Nowhere near like I used to, though. I feel bad about that, but God, you know what? One YouTube channel is insane. 2 was out of the question. Now I'm doing 4. I don't know how it's working. The others just don't get as much attention. But I do the best I can. So that's it. I want to thank you guys for watching. I know this is not the most exciting thing, but I know you enjoy it. Some of you, so look at them. They're going to town on that. That was a full leaf. Let me put a new one in there so you can see what it looks like. So let me show you guys what new collard greens look like. I get them from the grocery store, and it's really cheap. And this is what they eat. This is the fish food I feed the tangs, because tangs need leafy greens. They're, not carnivores, although they do go nuts for Rod's food. That's all I feed is this and Rod's food. That's it. So I don't even put this on a PVC pipe anymore. I just simply hold it, and then I'll let it go. It'll float to the top, but it doesn't matter. They'll eat the whole thing. Drop it in. It's going to float up, but they're going to eat it, so it doesn't matter. Look at this one I put in yesterday. Gone. Took them 2 hours to devour that. So it's floating on the top, but they'll eat it all. Within a few hours, it's gone. Yeah, I know. I have to do that, Rob. Sunday mornings are usually the time when I can stop by channels and make a quick comment. Like, I talk a lot, and I like to type a lot. I love typing. I love writing. So I'll just do a little, hey, what's up? That looks really cool. But I don't want it to seem like it's like a, hey, I'm just stopping by to say it's cool. Because I really do mean it's cool. If it wasn't cool, I wouldn't even type that. So I'll do that. I got to do that more. It's just difficult, and I feel bad for that, but it's just how it is. El Kabong is a really good question about the protein skimmer going crazy. It does a little bit, but you know what I do? For the first like 3 to, let's say 5 hours, like until this evening, I will turn the protein skimmer off. I'll let the water level settle. I'll let everything kind of settle. Because I know when I do a water change, sometimes I put a little less water in than other times, or more water. And because of that, I've got the protein skimmer calibrated for the water level it needs to be throughout the week. And a water change will change that right away. So it overflows, within 10 minutes. So I just shut it down. I've got one of those power strips with the individual power breakers on it, and I just turn that power breaker off until this evening, dinner time, and that protein skimmer will be just totally cool at that point. Yeah, Rob, I know. I'll tell you what, that's one thing that's been lacking, unfortunately, with working and the family and the YouTube channels, especially guitar. I haven't touched a guitar in a while. I was thinking about starting every video with a guitar riff, and I'm probably gonna do it. even though it might not be as good as it used to be like 5 or 10 years ago. But yeah, I've been playing guitar for 25 years as well, and the last 10 years don't play 4 hours a day like I used to, but I want to get back into that, just give you guys a little riffage here and there. So there's the tank. 125 gallons, 6 feet long. It looks mostly blue. It's really not that blue. What I'm looking at doing is getting rid of the T5 lighting, and I want to get some of those Chinese boxes. I can't remember the name, but I've got 2 of them in my wish list for Amazon. I'm gonna get 2 of them. So I'm gonna put 1 here and 1 here. I don't want 3. I just want 2. It's like $100 a piece, and I gotta save up for that. That's way out of the budget right now. Mandy, yes, thank you, dear. Mars Aqua, and I think you're the one who turned me on to those. Mars Aqua are the ones that I am going to be getting. Thank you. And Rob, yes, guitar videos, I absolutely love watching those as well. I started a guitar channel, which is what Rodder Studios used to be, and now Rodder Studios is pretty much talking about Star Wars and memorabilia and stuff like that. There's so many guitar players out there that I feel like I just can't compete. Although there's a lot of people out there that are not that good and their channels are doing really well. I don't know. I'll do maybe more guitar on that. I just don't know. Because you know what? If you stray from one thing, people freak out. I've put a couple things on this channel before and people are like, that's not saltwater fish. And they freak out. I don't care if they leave the channel or not, but I'm just letting you know that I want to do more guitar. I just don't know where I want to put it. So yes, Mandy, it's Mars Aqua. Let me get 2 of them. All right, guys, I'm going to take off. Have a great rest of the weekend. Thanks for watching and joining in and chatting. I'm going to go back and watch parts of this video and see what you guys were chatting about. And we're going to be looking at doing live stream again, maybe this Friday. I'm sorry I didn't do it last night. I had one of my friends, she had to put her cat to sleep yesterday. So I was on the phone with her, helping her through that. And I just couldn't go live stream. So I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Give the video a like and hit that little